Howdy, folks. I'm going to recite a poem for you. It was written by my good friend and Lubbock native, Andy Wilkinson. And the poem is about the depletion of the Ogallala Aquifer. And that's our main water source here on the Llano Estacado and for much of the Great Plains. And the poem is titled, Mining the Mother Lode. We are the tribe of the Mother Lode Aquifer. 1,200 centuries nomads have traveled here, making their camps in the spring and the fall, seeking their shelter in canyons, washes, and swells, building hearths of caliche, hunting and gathering life that collected where water empowered it. Even when drought plagued the prairie atop of it, water welled up from the sweet Ogallala Lake, all along Yellow House Draw to the canyon land, nourishing passers-by, nomad, and animal, nourishing all who tread lightly and carefully. Here in the land of the Mother Lode Aquifer, rain's unpredictable, even in good seasons. Never enough but for grasses and buffalo. Never enough but for seasonal wanderers. Never enough for the dwellings of permanence needed for farming and ranching and industry. Never enough for the chambers of commerce. Rain can't be entrusted to God and the elements, not by the tribe of the Mother Lode Aquifer. Deep in the earth, through the rock that encumbers it, down to the water sand, down to the water pay, dig deep with drilling rigs, lay in the well casing, thrust in the sucker rod, pull it out, let it come, drawing the water up. Drive it with wind power, drive it with gasoline, drive it electrically, pumping and pumping and pumping till water runs, shining in furrows and sparkling on summer lawns, spewing through towers for cooling the gas-flaring, coal-smoking power plants, making more energy, pumping more water, more water, more water, all over the land of the Mother Lode Aquifer. Here are no headwaters. Little replenishing how much we are draining, so little restraining how much we are using and how we are using it. Here the great lake of the plain subterranean dwindles each season, each turn of the faucet, each flick of the switch starting up the submersibles, dwindling down ditches through siphon tubes, dwindling down pivots and side rolls and gated pipes, dwindling down water gaps, water mains, water taps, water drains, dwindling down every new housing development, dwindling until there are farms metamorphosing, once irrigated to dry land and grass pasture, letting their silos stand empty as metaphor, testament, future shock here in the present tense frailty, the fragile, the Mother Lode Aquifer. Humbling enough is this waste of our own making. Here where we once believed rain followed plow, believed boosters, promoters, and huckster developers hitched up our wagons to 40 small acres, plowed fence row to fence row with cash crops on bank notes, built churches, raised children, and sent them to colleges, sent them to wars, sent them out of the hinterlands, sent them to places that never relinquished them. Here from the land of the Mother Lode Aquifer, people are leaving for jobs in the popular cities, are leaving as victims of bottom-line corporate discounters, driving off businesses started by yours and my mom and pop grandparents, corporate farmers replacing the families, swashbucklers slashing and cutting, efficiency chanted as mantra, while no one is asking, who will take care of the Mother Lode Aquifer? Fear lines our pocketbooks. Fear comes in 1/4-inch 4x8 plywood sheets nailed over window panes. Fear grows in weeds in the sidewalks of vacancies. Fear breeds the desperate bargaining. Jobs, bring us jobs, bring us jobs, bring us jobs, bring us anything. Bring us the worst of your wastes and your prisoners, radioactive and toxic, the detritus, social and otherwise, flushed from the gutter pipes, laid from the centers of power and influence, aimed at the weak, at the people of choicelessness, stumbling around in wastes not their own making, wastes that will poison the Mother Lode Aquifer. Humbling enough is this come hither beggaring, pleading, abasing ourselves with our appetites. Worse still, the motherlode aquifer's guardians shockingly favoring selling our water rights, falling for pitches from old-fashioned renegades, nowadays using computers for running irons, nowadays using their lawyers for wire cutters, nowadays throwing out sound bites for lariats, bullying water boards into considering selling our lifeblood at low bid, not worrying selling tomorrow to pay for today, selling every last drop of the motherlode aquifer. What will become of us when we are waterless? We of the tribe of the motherlode aquifer, nomads and wanderers rooted by water wells, farmlands and cities and homesteads and cattle spreads, everything other than short grass and buffalo, wholly dependent on mining the motherlode. Far away, where rain is plentiful, year in and year out, and always predictable. Learned professors have studied the exodus made by our people, our water, our resources, calling our depopulation a certainty, saying, why fight it? Let's recognize lost causes when they are lost causes. Let's give the prairie back to the ruminants, back to the grasses. Let's give us a home where the buffalo roam, where the skies are not cloudy all day after day after day after day, where the antelope seldom are heard, for there's no one to hear a discouraging word when the commons belong to the buffalo. Crazy, say chambers of commerce. But who's crazy now as we drink up our motherlode aquifer? Now as we poison our motherlode aquifer? Now as we sell off our motherlode aquifer? Poets and dreamers, the only true realists, live in the future. They do not imagine it. Seeing tomorrow as yesterday's sorrowings. Seeing tomorrow as here and now's borrowings. Seeing the present as future's own history. Poets and dreamers, the only true realists, know that the gift is the ultimate mystery. Knowing a gift not in motion is powerless. Knowing no gift can be taken for profiting. Knowing no gift can be subject to ownership. Poets and dreamers who live on El Llano know what is the gift but the motherlode aquifer. What will we do with this gift of the motherlode? Pray that the poets and dreamers remember it. Pray that its guardians hold it in stewardship. Pray that we honor it. Pray that we husband it. Pray for the tribe of the motherlode aquifer. Pray for the water, the sweet Ogallala Lake, nourishing all who tread lightly and carefully. Lightly and carefully. Lightly and carefully.